That's the stuff.
Watercooler.
Hello and welcome to Watercooler, episode number 270. Also known as 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 63. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name's Chris Laxamana, and this is the show where I kick it with my cruel digital butts. Philly style. With me today, Caelan Biehn.
What's going on?
Hey, Caelan. Gary Smith's here.
Sup?
Matt Fondiler.
Hey, brother.
And Mike Dawson.
Hello.
Hey, guys. Missed you. I was in Big Bear over the weekend, so thank you to Gary for covering for me on Corolla. Did
My
a great
pleasure.
job.
Thanks, dude.
But in Big Bear, I had something quite lovely, and I think Matt Fondiler would appreciate this. I guess everybody here. I don't know why I would just single out
The
Matt.
mammoth thing.
Is it
It's
a
a
food
mammoth
thing?
Yeah, I think because Matt enjoys the snow life.
I've never been in the snow.
You found a good bakery?
That would be pretty mammoth. Well, I did the thing where I just kept all my beers in the snow. I just took outside. The snow was about 11 inches high, and I just took my beers and I just dug them into the snow. And whenever I needed a beer, I would go outside and just take it outside from the snow.
That is a point in every man's life. One time, once you figure that out, you feel so proud of yourself.
It's the best.
It's the greatest feeling when you find out that you can just keep your beer cold in the snow.
I have never done that, but when me and Dawson went camping, the move was to just take like 4 beers and just stick them into the river, and every once in a while one would, come loose. And
We have to create a jam. We got to create a cooler in the river.
But yeah, that was a great feeling, just sticking them right in there. Keep them
Nice.
Yeah, beers that have been cooled by nature,
Seriously.
they just taste better. I think
100%.
Dude, I like to go fucking skydiving and just wrap like 4 cans of beer like on a belt. And then when you're in that upper atmosphere, dude, it's fucking freezing. And when you get down, ready
Pixel
to
Fun,
go.
your next project has just emerged. I like that, Matt. That's a good idea too. We just need nature cooled beverages, especially beers. They just taste better.
Nature cooled. You got to trademark that.
Yeah.
That's true. You know what? We are the water cooler. Maybe we should rebrand ourselves the nature cooler.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Okay.
Let's think about it.
Shall.
We'll think on that.
Well, we do have a Shay, which I'm really looking forward to. Gary has something on his mind too, but why don't we kick it off with some listener comments, and then we'll get to the other stuff. Here we go.
Now it's time for listener comments.
Once again, these are comments and regiment mail that were delivered to us via our Facebook group, and it's very easy to find our Facebook group. Just go to facebook.com/group/BoboBoy Army Worldwide LLC. Answer a few questions, and
We'll consider it.
Yeah,
We'll get back to you.
and then it's kind of up to us after that. But yeah, there you go. So.
I think there's a certain percentage of our audience that is actually too afraid to try to do this.
Well,
out of sheer humiliation.
I will say that it has grown a lot bigger than I could have ever imagined. And
Yeah.
I'm having a blast being a part of it myself.
Oh, me too, man.
Oh, absolutely. It's the best.
All right, so let's kick it off with Jamie Foshi.
Faux sheet.
Foshi. She says this Bobo gal is cracking open a few Celsius tonight to celebrate the end of Hell Week. I own a flower shop. Happy Valentine's Day also. Yeah, Valentine's Day. But that has to be the biggest week of the year. Maybe close second, Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's got to be really busy and even harder to work with giant dollar bill signs in your eyes constantly.
Yeah,
It's like it's really hard, but you're probably making
Yeah.
more money than you'll
No,
make
her-
the rest of the year.
Her back is hurting from raking in all the cash,
That's
like
exactly
physically
right.
raking in mounds
Yes.
and mounds of cash. Matt, when you go flower shopping, do you know what kind of flowers you want to get? Is it different every time? Is there a certain kind that your wife likes?
You know, I stopped doing the flowers thing because I got burned with the like supermarket bouquets a few too many times.
What do you mean got burned?
They just weren't. They didn't look fresh enough. Like to my eyes, I'm like, oh look, they've all bloomed. It looks amazing. And then they come home and it's like half of these are wilted and falling apart. I did not know that.
I have been burned too. One time when I was dating, like in the early days of dating Jen, I just thought, I'm going to do something sweet. I'm going to get her flowers. And it was around October. It was October for sure, because what I got her was I went to Ralph's and I got her a mug. It was an orange and black mug that was shaped as an owl. And in it and out of it were coming like these flowers that I guess weren't very pretty according to Jen, because what I did was I left them at her apartment and I put "I'll be home soon." And then
That's great.
she's
What's
gonna
not to
come home to
love?
flowers,
Yeah.
and then me saying "I'll be home soon," and then. I guess they were really ugly flowers, and she laughed about it with all of her friends. She keeps the mug as a keepsake to remind me of how funny it was. And
That's why she
tease
keeps
me.
it?
Yeah.
Now, has
notice-
anyone had success with the grocery store flowers? Because I have. It is a risky venture, but every now and then you get a good bouquet that like blooms slowly over the course of a week or something. You get your money out of it, but yeah, about 50-50.
Yeah, Trader Joe's I find is actually not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway,
You know what a move someone told me was because we get flowers delivered to the shop every once in a while, like in the boxes, like Pro Flowers at 1-800-Flowers.com. And someone here at the studio was like, dude, you know what you do? You take it home. You open it up in your garage. You unbox that before you even go in the house. And you walk in with those flowers fully bloomed and looking good.
Well, because it comes with a vase when you get it from one of those companies, so you can just walk in and it's all completely done. It just looks
That's a good move.
finished.
Well,
I
I-
tried to do that recently, and I walked in with the vase and everything, and then gave it to her. She loved it, and a few hours later, she's like, "Sponsor from work?" I was like, "Yeah."
That's funny,
Yeah, it's
Caelan.
tough.
I knew Caelan took a box. I took a box home too. I put the vase on the dining room table with the roses coming out of it. Jen's like, "Oh my God, are these flowers for me?" I'm like, "Yes, they are." Where'd you get them? And I can't lie.
Yeah.
Got them from work. Oh well, still special. Whatever. But Jamie, I have a lot of flower questions. Let us know what we need to be looking for in flowers, because I think roses are roses cool or are they lame?
I think they're lame.
I think they're lame too.
I don't. They're fucked out, but they're pretty.
I think they're effed out. They do smell nice.
Can we talk about Blockbuster?
Dawson.
And by the way, Joya, yes, those were sponsors.
And the guy who told me that was Gary.
Yeah, that's kind of my move.
We definitely need a flower specialist in here because Gary's going to need some next week, I think.
Dawson, what's your favorite flower?
God,
Besides
do I
weed.
have one?
It's a good flower.
There's I don't know what they are, man, but they grow in my yard every year.
They said not
They're
weed.
seasonals. Probably tulips or something, but
Tulips are good flower.
there's these fucking bright red flowers that only come, and somehow that they're bulbs all over my yard, and they start to come up, actually in January. But when they finally blossom, you know it's fucking springtime in North Hollywood because these and the yard just fucking comes alive with them. I mean, hundreds of them. So
I love
those
that.
are my favorite.
Yeah, because they signify something like something.
But I have
nice.
no idea what they are.
Take a picture of them. I'll put it in the Facebook group. Eric Harvey created a poll. He says, "How do you guys make your popcorn?" And the poll in order from first to worst is microwave as number 1, stovetop / campfire number 2, air popper number 3, number 4, just buy it bagged. It's a big deal. What do you guys say? Do you even make
Microwave.
popcorn at home?
I don't make popcorn at home. I know from when my sister used to live in the house and she ate a lot of popcorn that the air popper one is a good move. It's like 20 or $25 to get like a standalone popcorn maker, and it makes a big difference.
Yeah. Shay?
Growing up, I was definitely a microwave only kind of guy, especially Pop Secret. Do you guys remember when they have like the different colors of popcorn and stuff?
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't know what color popcorn you get until you open the bag, and it could be red or blue
What?
or
Yeah, I do
green.
remember
That was the secret?
That's one of the secrets. Oh, those are pretty flowers.
Oh,
I'll email.
Oh, yeah.
I'll email this to you. But those are them.
Oh, yeah, we'll post it.
So I always thought there can't possibly be a better way to do this than the microwave.
Yeah.
You can even slip in a surprise if you wanted to, like a color, not anything bad. But now, with my wife, always over the stove.
Really?
Always over the stove, because then you can do different kinds of butter, different kinds of salt, different kinds of seasoning.
you can
if you
customize it
really
a little
want. That's
more.
right.
I never thought about that.
And there's really nothing more satisfying than standing dangerously close while all the popcorn kernels are exploding. Like,
Yeah.
especially if you have like a clear top and you can watch that shake it higher and higher up. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's its own entertainment.
I don't
Who
even
needs
need a movie theater to be open anymore.
Nope.
You know, just watch that for 2 hours.
Just watch the popcorn go.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm a microwave guy too, but I have one of those like silicone microwave things. You just actually put the raw kernels in, and it pops it in there. And same thing, I can customize it. It's not actually like in a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, Jeremy Claybaugh, he responded with an interesting tip. I mean, I don't know how much you can do this today in California, but he says picks them up at the movie theater to take home. It's the absolute best.
Just go to the movie
Yeah.
theater and buy a box of popcorn.
But how expensive is that?
Yeah.
Popcorn's so expensive.
Well, guys, that's why you got to do the extra large refillable lid.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about this before. You play the game of the empty bucket. You just got to buy one of those. Bring that shit back to your car or whatever. Empty it out. You go right back up there again.
Hey.
You go a week later. Who's gonna know?
But don't you have to have another bucket to empty it out in your car?
That's what I mean. You like put the popcorn into like a bag in your car.
Trash bag.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
get
like trash bag it.
full
Exactly.
of popcorn. Oh man, that would be sweet. The bagged popcorn, the popcorn's already bagged. I do like the consistency really well. Like it's always reliable. I'm not going to get like a weird
not terrible.
stale piece.
It
if
just
I
feels wrong.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
not warm. I get it. Okay, this next comment, this is pretty epic. So David Hundley, I mentioned him a few weeks ago. He's the guy who I think is like an accountant or I don't know. He's some sort of data analyzer guy. That's very official of me to say. But he was going over all of our old episodes and was compiling all the things that Caelan has ever flicked, hoping to find a way to predict it.
Yes, I love this.
I think
Okay.
he worked in artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
if
Well,
memory serves.
he's up to episode 69 plus 0.
It's
And
a good time to check in with us, actually.
yeah, and he's checked in, and here's what he's had to say. A few weeks back, I shared that I was collecting all the data and everything Caelan has ever flicked to build a predictive machine learning model that predicts bean scale scores. Update, I'm now through episode 69. I'd like to share some fun facts. Caelan has flicked a total of 107 things so far. 7 people. 10 food/drinks, 16 TV shows, 26 movies, and 48 random other things. A total of 14 things have achieved a perfect 10.
Ooh.
So far.
Deadpool, Seinfeld, Terminator, Beans the Food, the all-you-can-eat buffet at Dodger Stadium, Big Fake Butts, President FDR, Matt Fondiler's toes,
I fucking told you that shit was on there.
getting a PhD, Elon Musk, South Park season 20 episode 1, Steve Jobs the man, having your dad be a movie star, and National Women's Day. Note, everything above ranks higher than Caelan's daughters on the bean scale. Only 4 things have gone an exact 0 score. Tonsil hockey, because Caelan did not know what this was. Getting stabbed. Reversible socks, because, quote, I reverse my own socks. And lastly, white power. So, yeah, if you'd like to see the full list, and then in the Facebook group, he linked to a Google sheet with all the data. He says it's been a hilarious trip down memory lane. Woof, 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 woof. Thank you, David, for doing the Lord's work.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
Man, Caelan,
Yeah.
you still feel
So what did
the
you
same?
do during the
Yeah,
pandemic?
no.
Jesus.
All right, speaking of the bean scale, Casey Peters, who did the theme song for this show and the listener comments and a lot of musical stings that we have on the show, he says, OMG, Caelan was spot on, except I would give it 10 out of 10 beans. Mind-blowing. Army, you must watch in and of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think, we all here loved it. But Casey also did another thing. He gifted his wife for Valentine's Day a subscription to the Patreon, or the Watercooler Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/watercooler.
What a wonderful gift. I bet she loved it.
I bet she loved it too. So here, we'll listen to it. And here she is, opening her card. She opened the card there. She's laughing.
You're so funny, baby. Okay. I like that you put it on the back of that. I know it was just like.
What'd she put?
It was actually kind of a joke. I know you're not going to listen to
No,
it. So it's
definitely not.
No. They were like, hey, it'd be funny if that's what you get for your Valentine's. And
She's handing the card back, and she wants to put it away.
I did it, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Casey.
Unbelievable.
Wow,
Proud of
Casey.
you.
Bravo,
Proud of
man.
you.
Thank you for putting your relationship on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so great.
That's
So
what we
proud.
need here from the Boba Boy Army. Yes, please put your
You're going to tell your
relationship on-
kids that story one day.
And
Yeah.
your girlfriend or wife is absolutely hilarious.
How cool is she?
Definitely not killed me.
Yeah.
The way she delivered it, she seems like an awesome girl.
Yeah,
So,
spot
brr.
on. Roo-roo. Thank you, Casey. Robert Cox asked us
Bob
a
Cox.
question. He says, "Yo, Boba boys, Bob Cox here of Cox Cable. Any late night food places in Vegas you recommend? I thought this place was 24 hours, so it sounds like he's in Vegas and needs a place to eat. We gotta help him. We gotta help him
He's
out
still
quick."
Oh, yeah. It's probably gone now. And it's also 3:54 in the afternoon, so he probably has found a place.
Yeah, I would
by
hope
now.
so.
I
Yeah,
don't know, man. The time difference.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true.
You never know.
there's a bunch of places. It's Vegas. Come on.
There's only one place. There's one right answer for this. It's the only place to go for late night on the Vegas Strip.
Fat Tuesdays.
It's called Denny's.
Oh, Denny.
That is where you see some shit going down. People way too drunk
Yeah.
trying to order off that menu, and you still have the strip views so you can watch people tripping over themselves at the sidewalk.
That's fun.
It's a joy.
Yeah. So I agree. Just go to Denny's. It's already that late. You're probably already drunk. There's a reason you're up this late. Come on, man.
It's
You
one of
don't-
the only reasons Denny's is still in business,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
Now, with all that being said,
thank
I
you.
think he's referring to current times where I don't know what's open.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
You know, who has any idea?
Yeah.
It's actually been, as of pretty much this day, 1 year since I was in Las Vegas when I got to go to that Aerosmith concert right before
Oh,
the
yeah.
shit hit the
Oh, wow.
fan and the entire world closed down.
That was
forgot
right
about
before. I
that.
forgot
Yep.
about that too.
All right. Joe Urbanek writes, I grew up in a small town that didn't have a Blockbuster, but we had a family-owned rental. Free movie rental besides new releases, I think, with every video game rental. That's nice.
That's great.
I definitely paid in rentals in many games the cost to have purchased it outright. As a kid, I always said working there was my dream job, and in high school I was able to for about a year until sadly it closed because a family video opened up. But it definitely lived up to the hype I expected as a kid. Free rentals and a fun group of people to work with. That should be like a movie, kind of like Empire Records, but just like an old
Movie store?
yeah, an old Blockbuster movie store, video store.
Yeah.
Jeff Niles, or Nillis, they're two L's. And Nillis?
It has to rhyme with Bruce Willis, so.
Jeff Nillis.
Yeah. You're right. You're
We
right.
do rename everybody. I love how we're not trying to figure out their names. Just like, this is your new name now. You're Johnny Shine. Jeff Nillis, he writes, I worked at Blockbuster in high school. I hated Friday nights. People would come in looking for that for that week's new release at 7 p.m. on a Friday. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You needed to
way
be
too
here
last minute.
3 hours ago. And no, I'm not going to search the return bin because it's not in there.
Yeah, corn pop.
But one perk was we were able to get 5 movies a week and rent the new releases the week before they were on the shelves for the public. Best high school job ever.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. You invite your friends over to watch a movie that's not even on video yet.
Somebody else pointed out amongst the many Blockbuster comments that I read, and I forgot about this, you could rent video game systems from Blockbuster as
Very
well.
true. Yes, this was. This was Ryan Huff.
Oh, you got that comment too?
I do.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Well,
so
then
he
we
says,
can address it when it gets there.
AJ Soprano got fired from the Blockbuster for stealing stand-ins.
Yeah. Let's see. Ryan Huff says, my best Blockbuster memory has to be the time my parents rented a Nintendo 64 console from Blockbuster for my birthday when I was a kid. I played the hell out of some Mario 64 for the few days I had the N64. The idea of renting a console almost seems absurd in today's world. Did you ever do that, Caelan? Seems like something you'd be into.
I don't ever remember them being available for rent. I remember them having some to buy, but I don't ever remember them.
Oh,
being
you
available
could. Yeah,
to
you
rent.
could rent like a Dreamcast. Or,
Oh, I did this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Do you guys remember the Virtual Boy?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
It was like a VR headset that Nintendo made, and it was like all black and red lasers and stuff.
Except it sat on the table, so you basically looked into it like a viewfinder. It's not like the strappy ones around our head like today. It was
I
weird.
took mushrooms the other night and put an Oculus on and
Oh,
did
Jesus.
Star Wars shit.
That had to have been.
Jeez.
That was pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah, I bet.
It's pretty awesome.
What was like the greatest moment that you remember from that experience?
Just you just stand in the control room of the Oculus, and you just fucking stand there and look around. It's amazing. It's just that's all it fucking takes.
Nice.
Yeah.
But no, dude, your heart starts beating when you're in that fucking Star Wars world.
Or on mushrooms.
And fucking Vader's right there. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Let's see here. Victoria.
It was a
Quebec.
microdose. It wasn't a major.
I hope so. That'd be pretty gnarly.
But I agree with you, Dawson. I did that at the Void over in Glendale, the Star Wars one as well. And it's
no mushrooms. Though.
No mushrooms, but it's anxiety provoking. Like it's very real, and it's a club.
All right, Victoria Gabay. She says, closing Friday nights or Saturday night sucked at Blockbuster. I never understood the ones coming in at 11:30 p.m. shocked that all that week's new releases were gone. Or the people coming in Saturday night when there was nothing in. Of course, you get the new release. You return it like after a day and a half. So Saturday night.
Everybody who listens to this show work at Blockbuster?
It seems like a lot of people did.
Wow.
We're not getting this.
Yeah. Stephanie Lynn Rinker. She writes, DOS, sending love to you and Boo.
Thanks, Holmes.
Oh, yeah. How's Boo?
She's hanging, dude. The insulin was pretty much the trick. It kind of pumped her back.
Great.
That's great.
And she's doing good. I take her into the vet on Friday, and we check the glucose and make sure that I'm giving her enough and whatever. She's good.
Awesome.
Addie Grilly. Oh, Addie.
Addie.
She writes, my daughter worked at Blockbuster in the early 2000s. Jake Zerby, he writes, did anyone ever actually buy snacks from the checkout line at Blockbuster? I remember like $8 boxes of M&Ms and $4 sodas. Who are these Richie Riches buying that stuff? Our next stop at Blockbuster, or B-Buster as he writes, was the 99-cent store for candy.
Smart.
Also, it was many years before I realized the Blockbuster logo was a ripped movie ticket. It is?
Yeah.
And and Joji Caro had Blockbuster water coolers.
Those things are so awesome.
We had a collab with Blockbuster, it looks like, and we had some stickers. So hit up Joe. Hopefully he has more. I remember not buying it from Blockbuster, and also when I went to the movie theaters, I remember just sneaking in candy that we would get at the liquor store,
or finding it under the seat,
Walmart. Yeah, before I realized the treasure trove that was under the movie seats.
Yeah.
So there's always a trick, or like if you go with girls, like whatever can fit in their purses, just toss it in burgers, like sandwiches, whatever.
It is really kind of a game changer when you stop being a single man and you start having a significant other there who's just got a giant bag that no one's going to check everywhere you go. It's really a game changer.
Yeah. The stuff that you could sneak in. I will say though, when you do like the burgers or the Chinese food, like anything warm really permeates the entire theater. Like that's not popcorn. And it's pretty easy to.
As the person who smells the food, we know.
I know I'm too embarrassed. Like even when I go on flights to get anything warm, like to take on the flight with me, just because I don't want. Because we're already in a small little tube.
Yeah.
I don't want to annoy everybody with the smell of my food, my Chopino.
I was going to say, if only you applied that thingy to the workspace.
You bring Chopino to a movie? Because that's just ridiculous. Chopino is one of those foods you have to see to eat.
It really is.
You cannot eat Chopino in the dark. Well, you can. I just don't recommend it. It's dangerous. It's playing with fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do yourself a flavor and turn the light on.
Ryan Huff, he also started up a poll. He wanted to know what not so superpower would you choose, and I'll give you the order that they have. Number 1, never get fat. Number 2, the ability to mute people in real life. Number 3, never have to get up in the middle of the night to pee. And number 4, the ability to always know the perfect amount of time to microwave food.
Ooh, that one.
You like that one, Doss?
Because I already got the first 2.
God, I'd mute Dawson right now.
I love the middle of the night pee.
Yeah,
it's a good pee.
It's a good. It's
so I'm cool with that.
Well, I would have to say never
but
have
the
to.
appropriate microwave time. Yeah, that's it.
That's a good skill. I would say never have to get up in the middle of the night to pee. That's a choice. That's not really a power. You can do that. You just don't have to get up. And then never get fat. How do you never get fat, Doss? You have that power?
I've never been fat. I'll never be fat. I don't know what it is.
I don't either because we make fun of your diet all the time on Corolla, and well, you look good.
Yeah, that's That's painted for radio.
Absolutely.
It's not actually my diet.
I saw that food pyramid.
All the burritos.
Well, the burrito is true, but the burritos are all made from fucking healthy homemade shit.
Right.
What do you like, Caelan, out of that list?
No, never get fat. for
Never
sure.
get fat.
Yeah.
Just eat whatever you want,
Yeah,
whenever
it's such
you
a clear
want.
choice to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how anyone would pick anything else.
Drink whatever you want, as
Yeah.
much as you want.
I'm with Caelan on this as well.
Yeah, me too.
Although there is, I mean, the health. I'm thinking like the health concerns. Like you could eat whatever you want and you'd never get fat, but then like you wouldn't really know how unhealthy you're being.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so
Perfect.
Then you have a heart attack when you're like Morty, and then not even know.
God, I mean, you guys
That's
are
not proven.
you guys are so close to right because Never Get Fat is a close second, but you are all overlooking the ability to mute people in real life. That would be freaking amazing.
See, I think I already have that ability.
Yeah, I feel like I can zone out pretty well.
Same.
What are we talking about?
All right, Adam Schimpf, he asks a question. He says, this topic came up with coworkers.
Isn't he the representative from Burbank? What the fuck?
Not Adam Schiff. This is Adam Schimpf.
Oh, okay.
There's an M and a P somewhere in there.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, let's just pretend.
If he was actually writing it.
Can we
I mean,
just-
some 4 former presidents listen to this show, right?
Yeah, let's just pretend this is Adam
lot
Schiff
of
writing.
Yeah, let's pretend. Okay.
All right. What is something that affects people the way sports affects us?
You.
Like after a trade or a bad loss, it totally messes up my mood. Or you can have a problem with someone because they don't agree with your point of view on a team or a game. What other things outside of politics or religion can affect us that we have no control of and are kind of trivial when you really think about it?
This is coming from a congressman?
Yes. He's getting
Get back
really
to
philosophical here. Dewey Smith, he had a good response. Oh, and so did Steve. I'll read Steve's first. Steve Kerwick, he says, I have that feeling when Watercooler is a dark week. He says, "Yep, I'm a suck up, but
When
you
did
all
we
know
have
there's
a dark
some
week,
truth."
by the way.
We know, we go,
haven't had a
we go
dark week.
strong.
There is no dark week, so that
Come on,
feeling doesn't
Steve.
exist,
He-
Steve.
We do.
There was
appreciate
some
the effort.
Patreon shows that weren't on the main feed, but we didn't take a dark week.
Dewey Smith says, when you get really invested in the characters on a series and they are either killed off or the actor gets fired, canceled, cultured, whatever.
Or the whole show gets canceled.
Yeah, that too.
That's rough.
I think that's rough. I really missed that show, The Last Man on Earth,
That's
with
exactly
Will
the one
Forte.
I'm thinking about.
That one hurt pretty bad.
I did.
And that was like right in a
That
really
is-
good
yeah,
cliffhanger.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would love to just find Will Forte and just go, how did you want it to end? I need to know.
Didn't you say that you watched that with your fiance?
I did.
And you didn't tell her that the show ended prematurely because you wanted her to have the same soul-crushing experience that you had.
This is true.
Monster.
You know, back to the question.
Yeah.
That's a question for the ages.
Yes.
I mean, and I've been trying to think of something, and I'm sure there are things like preparing food a certain way. Like people probably have fundamental disagreements about making popcorn.
Or calzones.
Sure.
Yeah. And I was racking my head trying to think of one, and it's like if I see somebody wrap a cable the wrong way,
Oh.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you.
Yeah, let's do a little cable PSA right now. Never, ever take a cable and do that thing where you wrap it around your elbow.
You're treating it like an extension
like
cord.
a vacuum cord or
Yep.
something. Yeah,
Don't do that.
it ruins the cable.
It makes me think you're a horrible person,
Here's
and
the-
you probably drown kittens.
There are plenty of YouTube videos.
Notice
out
we're pro puppy.
Oh, yeah.
So I
Pro
chose
puppy.
my words very carefully there.
there are plenty of YouTube videos out there that you just look it up. It's called the over-under method. It's a method that I swear by, and that all the industry. It's the industry standard of wrapping a cable. The over-under method. I wrap everything that is cable-like.
And the trick is,
Over
after
under
you wrap the cable, you should be able to hold one end of it and throw the cable, and it will just completely go into one straight line.
Yeah.
What are you throwing it at? Does that make
Floor.
a difference?
Yeah,
the floor.
The floor. Your
Just throwing it
your
out.
assistant engineer.
Why wind it up if you're just going to throw it back out?
Travel.
Yeah, you still want it. You don't want
Oh, I
long
got it. I
cable.
thought
So
you meant
when
like,
you-
it's wrapped up. Let's
when you
see if
finally
it's any good. And then you watch it.
When I have a new intern, when we have a new intern around here or whatever, that chick Megan,
Respect all women.
when she respect all women, when she was working for us, she's like, "What do?" I showed her how to wrap a cable, and then I handed her the cable and said, "Wrap this until you get it right."
That's the chick from the new super innovative show where 3 people that are the same sex talk about what happens at work at Corolla.
I've heard of it.
It's a weird concept, but maybe it'll work.
I was just making sure it's the same person.
That might be the one that. I'll also, And Dawson's right. You just if you're learning, just keep tossing it out just to make sure you're doing it right. You'll get it. Yeah. There's a method, and it doesn't kink your cables.
But then the idea is when you get to where you're going, and you need to plug something in that's 15 feet away, it's throw it to somebody. And
it's akin to
Gotcha.
If you've played basketball ever in your life, and you're watching a movie, and you just by seeing the guy dribble twice, you can tell if he's ever played basketball in his life or not. It's kind of my test to see if this guy who's working in audio production or anything knows what he's doing. If he does the over-under method, it's a tell that okay, you are competent, and I can trust you. Same thing with my friend. When we were servers, whenever we go out to eat, he would always go like, "Can we have a ramekin of ranch?" Because ramekin is not a standard word, but if you work at a restaurant, a ramekin is just those little things that hold your sauces, and it's almost like an industry word nowadays. Like nobody really says it anymore.
It's like the nose twitch and the sting.
Yeah.
Right.
Fucking, hey, I work in a restaurant. Don't pee in my food.
Yeah. Not the wrestler, Caelan.
Oh, okay.
So it's there are little things that kind of tell in the over-under method. Is there anything else that you guys learned via YouTube? Because I have another a skill that I learned just on YouTube.
I learned everything on YouTube.
Yeah, I learned how to tie a tie. That was the first thing I learned on YouTube was because when I worked at a restaurant that needed me to wear a tie every day, I didn't know how to tie a tie. And they had custom ties that we had to wear because they had certain graphics of the restaurant, so I couldn't just wear a clip-on. And I watched a guy tie a tie on a mannequin 10 times, and I learned the double Windsor. That's the only knot I know.
I learned how to tie a tie on YouTube while in the car on the way to Gary's wedding. And practiced it over and over again until I got it, and then I forgot. Tie a tie.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you got to do it every day. But, yeah, do you guys, what's the last thing or first thing you guys learned via YouTube? Anything that comes to mind?
I feel like I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. I mean, I do things all the time on YouTube. I find a YouTube video better instruction guide than pretty much any directions that come with something you have to put together.
Via text. Yeah, having a video, and there's actually a visual element.
Yeah, just scroll through, and you can scroll through and scrub, when you get to a part where, a lot of it's intuitive, so you do as much as you can, and then you kind of follow along.
Yeah, I do a lot of, sound mixing stuff, too, DOS, learn about, effects and software.
That's a smart thing.
Yeah.
I YouTubed how to build a website. It's DawsonAudiobooks.com is my one take at it. And I tried it. I did it. It exists. I'm never fucking doing it again. Not my deal.
Sure.
I Googled YouTubed how to build a rock retaining wall.
Yeah. Right.
Just to be sure that,
that classic video.
Up. And the last thing that I learned on YouTube was how to fix your washing machine when it will stop draining, when it's not draining anymore.
Wow.
And it was I was worried. I was like, fuck, the warranty's out. I'm going to have to fucking bring a repairman out here. Shit ain't working. I just fucking Googled and got a YouTube video.
That's crazy.
Fucking fixed it in 30 minutes and fucking saved myself $300.
I've really not taken advantage of YouTube the way that you guys have as a teaching tool. I've used it for video game walkthroughs. I get stuck in a video game part and I'm fucking tired of trying to get through that shit.
Sure.
Watch that.
Counts, yeah.
And the only other thing I can think of is when I try to learn how to care for my bonsai tree. And my fucking bonsai tree died.
Oh.
So, you know.
Matt, you need to be better at watching YouTube tutorials.
I guess.
Go by the views, read the comments.
Start with the YouTuber tutorials. Then you can get better at bonsai. But don't get another tree because you're only going to kill it.
Start YouTubing how to YouTube.
How to not kill
which YouTubes to watch.
My toilet at my house, one of them. I have 2 toilets.
Whoa.
Let me tell you about one of my toilets.
What shape is it? Is it elongated or is it round?
It's elongated and made of solid gold.
What do you got? That soft closing lid?
Well, it's like an older bathroom, and we noticed that
vintage.
Vintage. The floor right under the toilet, where the floor and the base of the toilet meet.
The Johnny ring.
Yeah, the Johnny ring. Whatever. It's
right? Yeah. AceOnTheHouse.com.
It's
AceOnTheRoof.com.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Oh, I should send this to Ace on the House because it's just there's a lot of water damage. That's if the toilet's leaking or something. But and the stuff. So we turned off the water, and I went on YouTube to watch what do I do about this? And one of the things is you got to take the toilet off and maybe replace the wax ring inside. But this guy's video, and this is the most watched video on YouTube about this. He takes off the toilet, but his bathroom is entirely carpeted, and just where the toilet is, just where the toilet, it's a clean cut just around the base of the toilet. So when he takes it off, that's where the carpet ends. And every comment is not like, "Thanks for teaching me how to do this. This works." It's, "Why do you have carpet all over your bathroom?" Like a bunch of throw up faces. But it has so many views and like thumbs up, like it works. But everybody's just commenting on this gross ass carpet.
I also had to replace a toilet seat.
Oh,
and I went to YouTube.
There you go. That'll do it.
Surprisingly easy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you need YouTube for that one.
Well, I mean,
Just to be sure.
I don't know.
You might overlook something. I get
It'll
it.
work. It'll work.
All right, Steven Schumster. He created a poll.
Who?
Steven Schumster?
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Stefan Chomster.
Yeah,
That guy.
Chomster.
Yeah, Stefan Schemmeister. He says he has a house divided with his wife, and he needs our help. Okay, he created a poll. If you had to choose your bananas as either super soft, borderline mushy and turning brown but still edible, or quite green or barely yellow, supremely firm and nowhere near ripe but still edible, what do you choose when you buy your bananas?
God, dude, just wait a day.
No, of course.
Or eat one earlier.
Well, if at the end he changed it there, if it's like when
Yeah.
you're buying them, of course you get the green ones. Who buys them on the verge of mushiness?
Well, I will say in the poll, firm, mostly green did win, but there are a few soft, brownie, mushy bananas. And in some of the comments, people were saying, "Yeah, I buy mine mushy."
Really?
Buy them mushy.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe they're making banana bread.
I don't think
Maybe they only have gums.
No, but they say they only want to eat them today. Like maybe they just want to eat them day of or something.
I like Dawson's theory.
They don't have any teeth.
Do you guys, when you guys buy bananas, let's say you're only looking for a nice 5-pack. Do you like rip off the 6 banana and take the 5?
Only a monster does that.
I was wondering, like, yeah, what do you, or do you just, so you need a 5? There's only 4 or 6. You just get the 6.
If you need 5.
Yeah, Trader Joe's has like a single place for like single bananas for all the ones left behind. I think.
So
what are they going to
hipster.
do next? Open a store where you can buy bread one slice at a time?
Oh, just add that to it.
It's called One at a Time.
What did that? Yeah, what was our restaurant? Where's that place going to be called? Slice of Life.
Slice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Duncan
The One at a Time store.
Duncan Gasowich. I guess that's how you pronounce it. He just writes, Dots Pretzels, the pride of North Dakota.
Oh shit! I forgot to bring those
Weren't
in.
we
I'll bring them
gonna
in.
have
I'll bring them
some?
in. I was gonna. It was last week. I said I'd bring them in on the next show, and I totally fucking forgot.
Dawson's
Sorry.
talking about Dots Pretzels. Weirdly, when you're talking about them, I did not think hard pretzel. I thought soft pretzels. Like
I oscillated in my head. I was like, I don't know. He's going so over the top. It's probably a big soft pretzel, but
No, I'll bring them in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Give me another week.
But weirdly, so many
I guess
people.
I could bring them in on the
I was going to say we're recording
Patreon
again
show,
in 2
but
days.
I'm
I
seeing,
don't want people to have to pay to get your reaction to it.
I'm seeing a lot of people agreeing with you, Dawson. It's as if I've been seeing them everywhere after Dawson has mentioned them. So there you go, the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. And Duncan also, I love this. He was talking about Wonderwall, I think in the Patreon episode last week or 2 weeks ago. And I was wondering if Wonderwall is still cool or not, and playing guitar at parties. But he says the Wonderwall discussion reminded me of this. I was bar hopping in London last year, and when we came out of a bar, we heard a commotion. We turned the corner, and this was happening under a bridge. And just listen to this. This bunch of people singing Wonderwall with a band. There it is. Dude, it looks so fun. I miss those days. Oh.
See, I feel like that's unfair, though, because Oasis is struggling to get gigs right now. And if you're actually seeing the band live, then
Why
it
do you need them?
doesn't count.
Yeah, that was actually a cover band, Matt.
Oh,
yeah,
that sounded
but
just
still
like them.
Very good. Well, thanks for sharing that, Duncan. That's a sweet video, and makes me miss doing stuff like that. Anyway, those are our listener comments. Now, before we get to Shay Fun, thanks for writing in, everybody. Once again, we appreciate
thank
you guys being a part of this, and just being. It's a cool community. It's my favorite group on Facebook. Just seeing what everybody's putting, and it's not even always about us. It's just random thoughts that we all kind of agree on. That just
It's a community.
yeah, just kind of piques our interest.
No, I like it.
All right, Gary, what's on your mind? What's going on?
I don't know. I just had a weird a thought today while I was out picking up the claws.
Oh, yeah, thank you for the claws.
Thank you, by the way.
Sure. They're actually,
We get it. That's why you did
it
it.
was actually Matt who paid for them.
Oh, thank you, Matt. Thank you.
You know,
I
what?
just
you guys
did
are
the run.
welcome. You guys are welcome.
But as I went to our local liquor store, which for those who don't know, there's a small family-owned liquor store that's kind of around the corner from the shop. And
So the super bad?
the movie Superbad was filmed there,
Yeah.
the scene of McLovin getting punched. And we go there all the time. But I started to think, what does this guy think is going on in our lives that, like clockwork, on Monday and Wednesday at 3:30, we come in and buy 12 White Claws without fail?
Pretty much.
I mean, he's definitely connected the four of us, five of us. We've all gone independently. I just thought that was.
Yeah.
I feel like he sees you and me.
He
quite
sees
often.
you and I most probably, but. And by the way, he's learned our patterns. He's never out of what we want.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're making him money.
Yeah.
So I know that is a weird thing, like because you actually do remember your regulars, like whatever job where you have to deal with customers. Like when I was a waiter, I would always remember my regulars and their orders, and I would actually remember their orders before even remembering their faces. Like if I'd see them outside of work, hey, I'm the guy who comes in all the time. I don't remember. Oh wait, you sat there and you ordered this. Like that was like a weird thing that would retain.
When they would sit down, did you go, the usual? Or did they do some form of that?
I did do that at one of my jobs. I used to be like I used to say like a bunch of cheesy jokes like that.
Is that when you worked at the fondue place? Because please tell me that was a cheese pun.
That's pretty great.
No, damn it.
Damn it.
I was at TGI Fridays. Where
You
I was,
worked at a fondue place? Wait.
Yeah.
Haven't you heard of
There
this
was
show?
a fondue place?
Yeah, the melting pot.
melting
Oh,
pot.
boy.
There's a chain all over America,
Dawson,
Dawson.
prepare to have your
How?
mind blown. Right next to the Blockbuster. Clockwork.
That's why I never saw it. Makes sense.
There's one like Culver City, right? That's one you worked at.
I worked at Pasadena.
Oh,
It's not
Pasadena.
there anymore.
Pasadena.
Yeah, that was a weird job. I remember when I had the interview. During the interview.
How do you feel about melted cheese?
Yeah, after I got through that question with flying colors, she asked me, she's like, okay, we're just talking now, but imagine this in a job interview. When you see a homeless person asking you for change, what do you do?
Wow.
That's kind of a weird question for a
It's
job
too
interview.
personal.
Yeah, that's.
What I do with my finances is my own business.
Yeah, so I remember just being very diplomatic. Like, oh, if I could, I'll give, and if I can't, I can't. Like, but it's just it's just a case by case basis. There's nothing neither here nor there. Why? What do you do?
If he asks me for jewelry and tells me he needs to get to Seattle,
Which, by the way, a lot of people talking about that scam still and like sending me updates on like that happened to them. So I'm glad. I think I saved a few people by getting scammed myself.
Yeah, I think he did. I have heard people saying that.
Totally forgot, dude. I got scammed.
What?
I didn't fall for it.
Oh.
I didn't fall for it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, then you did get
got
scammed.
Well, do you remember? I wanted to tell you guys this. No, I attempted
Yeah.
a scam. Fucking,
It was a sham of a scam.
it was a sham of a scam. It was a very perfectly worded job posting for a voiceover on Craigslist. Remember when I
tweeted
tweeted?
about that.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys all about it next week.
Oh.
We'll just tease it, or maybe we'll do it on the Patreon show.
Oh.
We'll do it on Wednesday. So sign up for Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler.
Can't wait to have some Dots pretzels and hear this story
Yeah.
on Wednesday.
And hear
it's going to
this-
be delightful.
The sham of a scam. That is quite a riveting tease. All right. Well, I think it's time to get into our food segment now. Matt Fondiler, or should I say, Shay Fondiler.
Oh, no!
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, hey, Matt.
Chris, I'll thank you to leave the singing to me. What's on the menu?
You don't sing it.
Just leave the VO.
I like to sing along. It all becomes a sing along.
Well, we all did celebrate Valentine's Day this past weekend in one form or another.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
have some notes, starting with box of chocolates. Classic part of a Valentine's Day, a successful Valentine's Day weekend. Now, I decided to try out this chocolate place in Pasadena called Mignon, as in filet mignon, but without the filet part.
You always think of that when you're eating chocolate.
No, but this is the name of the place. I didn't come up with the name. But it's like they've been around for a really long time. It's a place that my wife and I have often talked about going to, but we never have. So through the online service, I was able to build a box and picked it up with the intention of giving it to her on Valentine's Day, as one would. As previously mentioned, I don't do flowers. So Friday, I had balloons. Saturday, had dinner. Sunday, card and chocolates.
I love how balloons are still in the mix because they have never failed you.
Balloons are very strong contender.
They're solid.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. So I came home with a balloon on Friday to start out the festivities.
Describe the balloon.
If you get those metallic ones, the shiny
That's what I'm
ones,
talking about, the
make
metallic
sure
shiny
you
one.
release them near an airport. That's how you properly dispose of those.
This one, it looked like a chocolate bar, but it had like a smiley face on it, and it said, "I love you," because I love her.
Yeah.
She's my wife.
Thank you for clarifying.
You're right.
I
You're
needed to
welcome.
know. I need the background.
So, I think because the balloon was of a chocolate bar, my wife comes around the corner with a box of chocolates from Mignon.
Oh, wow, nice.
She did the exact
Again?
same thing again.
You guys are on the same page.
It's kind of obnoxious, but it's also kind of amazing.
Because
So-
what else did you guys do that was the same? You got the puzzle.
Right,
to
for
each other.
our 1 year anniversary, we each got each other exactly the same puzzle, which was very bizarre.
a jigsaw puzzle, like a custom,
from our
custom
wedding.
jigsaw
custom
puzzle.
Yeah.
Damn.
So can I ask, when she came around with the exact gift that you had planned for 2 days later,
Yes.
did you then have to fess up so that it wasn't as though you had stolen her idea?
Oh, very
I
true.
would have
Right.
immediately
Yeah.
gone to
I
that.
was-
I would have been like,
I was looking at the box and being like, "Oh, you're so thoughtful. Oh, this is so great." In the back of my mind, I'm going, "Okay, what do I do? Do
Yeah,
I
no,
just
she played
abandon
the
the
trump
plan?"
card right away.
Yeah, exactly.
She fucking laid the spade, bro.
Yeah.
Now, what I ultimately decided to do was to quickly run into the other room, grab it, come back, and then just do the
That's
reveal.
hilarious. That's
And
great.
then
move.
it was hilarious.
and it's just like those videos when two people propose to each other. Like,
Right.
you know, it's just you got to do it that way.
Now,
And I
you
realized-
built the box yourself, so you got to choose which candies.
yes.
You
What did
actually
you go with?
know what you're going to
What
get.
are the options?
I mean, it would be a whole other segment to go through all of the different options. It's a huge selection, but what was interesting
well, like,
was
are you the nuts guy or the choose guy?
You're new.
Excuse
You're,
me?
yeah. Well,
What the fruit ones or the chocolate ones?
I like a
what do you-
little bit of everything, and what was really fun was seeing where the crossovers were, because we did get each other a lot of similar chocolates as well.
what's your favorite chocolate? White milk or dark?
I actually really like the dark chocolate.
That's the best chocolate. I
I think it's pretty great, but my wife's into the milk chocolate. That's like her fave, to the point where she doesn't really like dark. But
Oh. But yeah, I think
up
the
to her.
best of those like chocolate boxes is See's Candies makes a thing called a Scotch Mallow, and it's dark chocolate. Inside, it's like a marshmallow and caramel, just straight up. Caelan, go away. This is not your topic. I'm not even looking at you right now. All right, you are out of your element. But I think like if you guys should try those. That's I think the best of all the chocolate ones. They're just addicting, and I could eat 10 of those.
No, I just got a notice from Gary Gose that I'm supposed to say that you're not supposed to release those metallic balloons next to an airport.
I'm glad I got the message.
we were
in
almost
time.
in trouble for that.
Gary
but
goes,
we
"Why-
cleared that up.
Why are you texting Dawson in the middle of the show when you could
Great
just tell him?
question.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
always on the clock, dude.
It's really
and
on
it's
me.
billable hours.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So,
But
you
it-
know.
but
And
it is rude.
there's a
Sorry,
minimum
Matt.
of 1 hour. So
yeah, he did. He did look worried when you mentioned doing that.
yeah, I
All right,
apologize.
that's a good gift though. Customized box of chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, if you like chocolate, it's great.
I
Can't
love
go wrong.
I love chocolate.
It's like second Halloween, basically.
it took
What
me a
kind
long
of-
time to admit that, but I love
What kind of an asshole doesn't like chocolate?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, put your hand out.
it. There he is.
Oh,
Caelan.
sorry, Caelan. You see you there.
Caelan Biehn has entered the chat.
So for our romantic Valentine's Day dinner, we were going to go out to a place called Bar Bricks, which is a great little wine bar that we used to go to for brunch all the time. We had one previous dinner there.
It's my favorite dinosaur.
The Bar Bricks? Yeah, it's a good one. This was a place I mentioned to you guys, maybe it was on the Patreon show, this idea of in Southern California, when you're trying to make a dinner reservation these days, you have to consider the deck or the outdoor seating area, because certainly where I live, you can very easily just be seated on the street, more or less, and that's no great. Not great.
Not the greatest ambiance hearing cars just zoom by you, horns honking.
So I picked this place knowing that there's a really sweet deck that we would be sitting on. And when we got to the restaurant, I didn't realize they had converted the entire parking lot now into a giant restaurant. And so they had 1,000 available tables. And when I walked in and was like, I got a reservation, they were like, oh, okay, great. Well, here you go. And they just sat us down right on the fucking street, like at the edge of the tent. And I was like, when I made the reservation, there was so much availability, but no, we did not get seated in the like beautiful garden. The only reason that we went there.
And it's all open. Nobody's there or what?
No, I mean,
there were people there?
There were people in the section the most desirable section. The only tables available were like on the outer fringes. No. And out here in California, it was also very windy that night. And while our table was spared this, the table behind us were nearly impaled by an umbrella, which went full on like out of a movie, like out of Twister, flying off the ground. And one of the guys, it smashed his wine bottle, or his wine glass rather, so he just had the stem.
Wow, that's like Final Destination.
Yeah, it was like Final Destination.
Or first scene of Ghost Ship.
Wow, good call.
I've seen it. I stopped it after that scene. I have not seen the rest of the movie.
Oh. So we had 3 courses there. First, the classic, I think sorely underrated appetizer, bacon wrapped dates.
Yeah,
dates.
Sure.
Bacon wrapped dates, stuff a little gorgonzola cheese.
Sure. Yeah, dates are like very sweet. It's just a fruit that's been dried, and
I don't know.
It's like Mediterranean.
You never had it before?
I think I had one on its own, and it wasn't good.
Well, if it's wrapped in bacon and stuff,
I feel you.
Let me tell you,
I'm in on that.
I'm not a big date fan either, but I could eat that if it's wrapped.
This is why I said it's underrated. I fully expected this reaction. Gary, you've got some class. You like these, right?
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Bacon wrap dates are delicious. I mean, look,
that's the bar for class. If you like dates, Jesus.
When I worked at the Raw Food,
are we Indiana Jones?
I feel like that was directed at me, but
nice.
Wrap anything in
Dark reference.
Wrap anything in bacon and inject cheese, and I'm in.
Yeah,
across the board.
Yeah.
Second course was a little disappointing.
You can put Caelan socks in bacon and stuff them with cheese. I'm in. It'd be fucking good.
Reversible socks.
Second course we had not so good actually. It was grilled octopus with citrus, olives, pickled chilies.
How would that not be good? That sounds
exactly.
amazing.
It sounded amazing.
No, it doesn't sound amazing.
No, it doesn't.
Have you guys ever had octopus before? Do you guys like the puss?
You
guys like the puss?
I was going to answer the question.
Get that drop.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah. I love me some clam.
No, you have one where he says the puss line.
Oh, I do.
How do you guys feel about eating puss? You guys like it?
Jesus.
Obviously, it's come up on the show before, but this was it was disappointing. I just think, what the hell is that sound? What is that?
A jet just flew over us.
Yeah,
is that what that is? Weird.
Yeah. Good job, sound isolation. This is a studio.
I just didn't taste as fresh as I would have liked. I think maybe because the restaurants industry is kind of under a lot of pressure right now. It was maybe not the right dish to get.
Yeah,
and we had
a douche, not a dish.
We had plans to get like a shrimp and pasta dish, but after having the puss, we were like, you know what? Not worth risking. So we switched it up, and for the third course, we had duck confit, which is just like a delicious roasted duck.
Duck confit is duck fried in its own fat.
Yes, and it just peels right off the bone, and it was served with some butternut squash puree, which was delicious as well.
That's stupid. Stop it with the squash. Fucking stop it with the squash.
Tell that to Mr. Barbrix.
Yeah, Barbrix. Be a dinosaur.
I like butternut squash.
Yeah.
But it sounds like more of a fall food, and we are not in fall, Matt.
I've been underwhelmed.
That's true, too.
By octopus before.
Yeah. It's definitely got to be done the right way. You know, it's not
That's
for
what
everybody.
she said.
Come on.
Did you guys watch that show on Netflix, The Octopus Teacher?
No, because I know if I do, I will never be able to enjoy octopus ever again.
Oh, I did watch it. I still can enjoy octopus. I didn't
still can.
But I don't like octopus movies because of it. And I don't know. I just
what
didn't.
other octopus?
Yeah,
movies?
is that a genre I'm not aware of?
See, I think that's a squid, though. I think that's a squid in that one.
Squid, yeah.
Watching The Little Mermaid lately?
How does it compare?
Finding Nemo?
How does it compare with squid? Because I love squid.
It's definitely thicker.
It's tougher.
Yeah, a little. Exactly, it's a little bit chewier. But I think that
the chewier
not in a bad
is
way.
in cooking. You know,
Yeah.
There's a window. Like there's a window
of
with
negligence.
calamari.
It's more dense.
It's seconds
Right.
between cooked and too cooked.
I feel like in the experiences that I've had at restaurants, the puss is a lot more diverse.
Wait, do you order it like that, Matt? Do you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do.
Yeah, how did you order it?
Real puss.
Yeah, I think that guy's stem just broke from him breaking it in shock from the wine glass.
The thing with the squid, first of all, it's not as much fun to say, but even if that weren't true, it doesn't really have the range. Like, you can have it fried, or you can have like squid ink,
Grilled
pasta,
squid's good.
grilled squid, calamari, but you don't see it sort of in a variety of different sauces and like versions of it. Like, I've had like octopus tacos before.
You ate puss taco?
I sure did.
My mom's coming to town.
For catching that one.
My mom's coming to town. I'm going to find out how we can get squid and my mom cook it.
Thank you for saying squid.
I was so ready for the other one.
Oh, fuck you guys. That's disgusting.
No, I know, but we were all just like bracing ourselves.
No,
Dawson, you said some disgusting shit on the show before, so.
hey, that's my job. That's not your job.
Yeah, very true.
Now, my family, I might have mentioned this before, but my Italian family, Sicilian family, were all fishermen in Pacific Grove. And my big nana had a house there. And for years, we go to the house in the summer. If the fisherman family, which, we're talking about great-great-grandmother. But if they saw a car that they recognized at the house, we'd get home from the beach and there would be a bucket of squid. A bucket of squid in water on the front porch.
Damn.
That's awesome.
Did it have any beers in there getting cold?
No.
Yeah, some squid cooled beers.
They were not. They were nature cooled squid.
Anyway, for dessert, we just had some of those chocolates as previously discussed. And that's what's on the menu.
Yes. Well done. Speaking of bar bricks, which is Dawson's favorite dinosaur, we just found out. I watched the first 3 Jurassic Parks in order. It was playing on TNT and just left the TV on over the weekend. Man, those movies get really progressively worse when they like switch to CGI in the third one.
Yeah.
Just how good the first one was and just how it just really faded out. And it reminded me of the song Layla. And how much I love Layla, but then they have that weird...
Then the acoustic version came out.
The acoustic version, I'm not really a big fan. It has like a weird shuffle feel, but I'm talking about just the actual song. And then you have it's awesome, and then all of a sudden that piano part comes in, that slow piano part, which I used to hate. Like whenever I would listen to Layla, the second it would go into that piano part at the end, I would just skip it. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not gonna listen to this
sometimes,
piano outro.
I feel you. Sometimes when I'm playing a show, and I took this directly from Eric Clapton's Unplugged. See if you can spot this one.
Yeah. Oh, that's how he opens Layla.
I've said that before when I that's just.
And then it just goes boom,
right,
boom, and everyone just starts cheering. I don't know. I do love that banter at the top.
If listening to Layla gets you upset, may I suggest listening to the Weird Al version, Yoda?
I've never heard that.
Well, do yourself a flavor.
I think
it exists.
Oh, I would love to hear that then. Yeah, I will do myself a flavor.
Is it the Unplugged or is it?
I think it's the second one.
Is it the rock and roll version or is it like an acoustic slow?
He usually keeps it pretty.
He got a full
true to
band.
form.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all like an old Weird Al song.
Yeah, I bet
Sweet.
it would be Derek and Domino's.
I'm kind of shocked that I've never heard that.
Yeah. But so for a long time, I would just delete the piano part from my brain when I would think of Layla. But now after a jet just flew over
Are
us
we
again.
at war? What the hell
Someone
is
must
going
be
on?
moving something in the back.
Oh,
Like
that
it-
too.
Oh, that's what it
jet.
is. It's not.
That's
a
like
jet.
because usually this is a pretty soundproof room, but yeah, I guess they might be transporting.
It's a pretty
stuff.
soundproof room. Someone dragging something is clearly bleeding through the walls.
I don't know.
right
There's
now.
been some loud noises there that during Adam's show, and he doesn't notice
Yeah,
anything.
he's a pro.
But then I think it's after
Unlike us.
But now I'm kind of liking the piano part, so maybe I'll start liking Jurassic Park 3.
No, you won't.
Well, the piano part was used expertly
Goodfellas.
in Goodfellas.
Yeah, that really helped my
Expertly.
enjoyment of it.
Just a quick update. I'm realizing now the Weird Al song was not from Layla. It was Lola. the Kink song.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
That's what I was thinking. So unfortunately, I don't have a good
It's
solution
not.
to Layla. When Dawson played that, I suddenly realized
I heard Yoda,
something was
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
No, it was Lola.
Yoda, you're as tall as my knees. Yoda,
Teach me the Force, please.
Yeah, we could do that. All right, well, that'll do it for Watercooler. Why don't we get our plugs in and GTFO, and I'll start over here to my chocolate-hating friend, Caelan Biehn. Where can we go for you?
Oh, don't worry about me.
We are worried about you.
No need to.
A lot. Gary, where can we go for you?
I'll just plug Chunk Nibbles. I heard that my cousin was on QVC today pitching Chunk Nibbles.
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, dude, he's
Wow.
This company's blowing up. Like,
Jesus
it's gonna be
fucking Christ.
It's going to be a big thing
Congratulations.
for him. So, thank you a million times to all the Watercooler fans who supported him when it was still new. Like, he still hits me up and talks about how wild your support was. So,
We did this.
Woof Woof 15 if you want a discount, and tell all your friends who watch QVC to order it.
Wait, so, sorry, he was already on QVC?
I think he's.
Or could we call in?
I think it's being repeated because I believe he was on. I know for sure he was on like last week, and I just forgot. I just didn't mention it. My mom texted me again today that he was going to be on. So I don't know if he's
That's
doing repeat
fantastic.
visits or if they're doing reruns of like his segment. But I also tweeted out he got written up in Yahoo News.
Jeez, making moves.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I love
We're
it.
in the wrong business, dude. We need to get in the sugary snack food business.
I think
Straight
so
up.
too. But yeah, props to him and Chunk Nibbles, man. It's so cool to see
Yeah.
them grow and do all that. And I mean, he's a really great owner. Hand writes the notes, and everybody who's ordered from him just loves just like how connected he is with his customers. So that rules.
Yeah.
Matt, substitute.
You can follow me on Twitter at Fondiler, and if you're not already, sign up for our Patreon, won't you? It's another show a week. I think you'll like it.
I think so too.
It's pretty
and
all right.
It is pretty all right. And you might hear a sham of a scam this week. Duh, substitute.
I want to give a shout out to my buddy Izzy, who, like a lot of people in LA, constantly fucking sends out headshots and auditions for shit. He just fucking landed a role in some shoot where he plays, as two people are making out, he plays the guy puking in the gutter.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I'm so proud of him. And
How'd he
this
get the
is this is
part?
where life experience really can, you know, can nail something home. So follow my buddy Izzy on Twitter at Real Izzy Presley. He's a funny dude, and I'm proud of him, especially for this.
Yeah.
It's very awesome.
Let us know when that scene's
Puking
available.
in the exactly, dude.
I'm
I
already
cannot wait.
sold.
We're all gonna fucking watch it. Be like, and that's the only thing in the movie we're gonna watch.
Yeah, movie night.
just him puking in the gutter.
I love it. And as for me, check out the Patreon. We have a lot of fun, just as much fun as we're doing here. And it's if you guys like this show, why not get it twice a week? It's really fun. We do the comments still. Dawson talks about shit he did as a kid.
To clarify, we do Patreon-specific comments. There's
Yes.
a whole other community of people specifically within our Patreon community.
In fact, if you're going, instead of giving your loved one chocolates for St. Patrick's Day,
Yes.
you should probably
The
get
cla-
them a year's subscription of the Patreon show.
The
Perfect
classic
St. Patty's Day
Yeah.
gift.
St.
It's a perfect
Patty's
St.
Day.
Patty's
Yeah,
Day
get
gift.
in early because you know how busy that season gets.
And a bottle of Jameson.
That's right. And the bottle of Jameson, my favorite whiskey. But a lot of people ask, like, what's the best way to support this show? And that is the best way. And you still get something back, which is cool. So thank you again for listening and being a part of this show. We really appreciate it. We'll see you for Patreon on Wednesday. Goodbye.